Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video review where I'm going to be ranking the Doctor Strange wave from Marvel Legends. I did this with my X-Men wave and I got a good response from people, and I had people asking me to do it with like every wave. So I definitely agreed to that because I had fun ranking the wave, and I'm definitely going to be doing it with this one. So I'll be going through each figure of this wave. There are 8 figures in this wave, ranking them from my least favorite to my favorite. I'm not including the Build-A-Figure just because it's kind of hard to compare him to the others, considering he's, you know, not of the same caliber. You had to buy figures to get him, and you didn't just have to buy him on his own. So let's get started. At last place, we have the Astral Projection Doctor Strange. This figure I would definitely have to put in last place because it's not only a repaint, which, you know, a lot of figures in this wave are, but it is a repaint of a figure that's in this wave. So it's obviously not something that's super necessary. I don't like putting it so low because I had a lot of fun with this figure. I got this figure before I got the regular Doctor Strange by like 3 weeks or so. So I had a lot of time posing this Doctor Strange just because it was only one I had, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. But you know, when you compare it to the regular Doctor Strange, this one is obviously not the necessary one. So it's fun for some pictures, having being able to make it look like he's coming out of Doctor Strange and things like that. But when you're ranking the wave, this definitely is the one that's not needed in the wave for sure. In 7th spot, we have Mordo. This was a disappointing one for me, I have to say. I was really looking forward to it. I like movie characters a lot, and you know, it's so rare that we get them in Marvel Legends that I was very excited about this one. I didn't expect to get a figure of him, you know, so was very excited to see that he was in this wave. But getting it in person, I didn't have much fun with it. The thighs are pretty hindered, and I didn't really do much with it, I have to say. So it was disappointing for me. Possibly the figure will have new life once I see the movie, and maybe I love the character, so you know, I want to pose him just based on the character's sake. But just getting the figure as it stands at the moment, I didn't have much fun with this guy. I posed him for just a little bit to kind of test him out, and he kind of went on the shelf, and that was it, which was unfortunate. At number 6 place, we have Brother Voodoo. This figure, I think from a technical standpoint, it's quite good. It uses a lot of the kind of Bucky Cap mold, so there's some pieces that aren't new, but it has a very unique and very new belt, which I definitely like a lot. It has some interesting paint applications on the chest and legs. Has a neat kind of accessories, staff type of thing, and then reuses the Hobgoblin cape, which I think is a good cape for him, and then he has a nice head sculpt that's pretty extravagant. So from a technical standpoint, this is actually a really nice figure, but personally, I didn't do much with it. I didn't have a whole lot of fun with it. Maybe that's just because I got him at a time where I got a few other things, so I was just more interested in the other things, but for some reason, I didn't really do too much with this figure. From a technical standpoint, it's quite cool, but just the figure-wise, I didn't personally have a whole lot of fun with it. And I would say that a lot of people probably already have this Brother Voodoo, considering he was in the Comic-Con exclusive box set last year, just like the Build-A-Figure of this wave. So possibly that would hinder other people's enjoyment of the figure as well. At 5th place, we have Iron Fist. This is basically where the list takes a turn for the better. This is where I started to kind of really enjoy the figures of this wave. I did like Iron Fist quite a bit, especially since I got him while I was watching the Luke Cage show, so I was kind of in that Netflix show type of a groove, basically. So I did enjoy when I got him that I was able to pose him. He's on a Spider-Man body, which has excellent articulation, which I'm very happy about. I like the interchangeable hands and the fire effects that he came with his hands, which are new. You know, a lot of times we get a lot of repackaged accessories, so to get new accessories that are very unique and very specific to a character was very fun. I had a lot of fun posing him, and I'm going to be really happy to have him when the next Netflix show comes up, which is Iron Fist. So I really did enjoy this figure. At 4th spot, we have the comic book version of Doctor Strange. Now, this is a figure that I think is going to be pretty low on a lot of people's lists because it's essentially just another figure that you already have, but with one new accessory. And that is the case. Like, I do have the original Doctor Strange that came in the Hulkbuster wave. And this is the exact same thing, same paint and everything, but it has a cape. Now, I really did like that Doctor Strange when it came out in the Hulkbuster wave. I thought it was quite good, and so I enjoy the base figure that it's based off of, but the thing that that was really missing for me was a cape. And not only did they deliver a cape, but they delivered a perfect one. I am very happy with this cape. It's very grand. It's exactly what I wanted in the cape. And it kind of elevates this figure so much for me. My only complaint about this is, for a Doctor Strange wave, I would have really liked a classic Doctor Strange comic book figure, because we haven't had one of those in a long time. So I would have loved to get that instead. However, I am still very happy with what we did get, and the cape is just so fantastic. I absolutely love it, and I hope they want to reuse this cape, since they obviously sculpted it, and it's basically only will only be able to be used with Doctor Strange. So hopefully in the future we will get a nice classic book comic book Doctor Strange, but for now I'm very happy with this one. Now we're getting to the big leaks. In third place, we have Enchantress. Enchantress was a figure that was just released in the Raft box set from San Diego Comic-Con this year. So it was quite disappointing for a lot of people who bought that set specifically for her, or who bought her on eBay at very high prices, to see that she was coming out in a normal wave just a few months afterwards. Especially since they didn't tell you that until the wave was almost out. So that could be very disappointing for most people. For me personally, I didn't get her because she was going for too high prices on eBay, and I was only buying some of the figures on eBay, so I didn't get her. So when I saw that she was a part of this wave, I was very excited, and getting it in person, I am still very happy with it. They've really perfected how they've painted eyes on women figures. Her eyes are painted really nicely, very straight and everything. Big fan of the hair sculpt. I think it's quite nice, and it's a good reuse of some of the parts from Scarlet Witch, and some of Scarlet Witch's parts didn't work for me, but on this figure it works quite nicely. And even with her heels, I'm very surprised to say that she can stand up perfectly. I really have no issues with her standing up, and this figure is excellent. I think it looks really good with Loki, and I'm really enjoying this figure. My only complaint is I wish that she didn't come with those same generic kind of magical accessories. I wish that she came with some new ones, just because I'm not a fan of the ones that she comes with. Like, the overall design of them, they don't really look like magical effects to me personally. So I would have liked some different effects. However, I think that this figure is excellent, and I did enjoy it quite a bit. In second place, we have Niko. This was a figure I was very much looking forward to, and it didn't disappoint once I got it. The face sculpt is painted really fantastic, especially the eyes, like I was talking about with Enchantress. Her hair is very unique and painted very nicely, and then it's a completely new sculpt. I don't think that there's a single thing that's been reused. The boots, for some reason, look familiar to me, but I can't place them on another figure. And she is quite a small figure, but I like that because it means it's a new sculpt. And I really enjoyed this figure. I think that she comes with really neat, cool accessories, all of which are unique. Not a single accessory was reused with her, and I think that it's just an excellent figure. I love the fact that she does have an interchangeable arm, and I would hope that they continue to do accessories like that in the future, considering with the next Spider-Man wave, we do have Miss Marvel as well as Sandman in that wave having the same type of accessory. I think that we can hope for that a little bit more often in the future, which is very nice, and I think that this is an excellent figure. Love the colors on it, love the sculpt, and it was a great surprise considering we get to, there's so many of the same sculpts over and over. In first place, we have the movie Doctor Strange figure. Now, I do want to give a little credit to that astral projection Doctor Strange, just because I probably had more fun with that one. However, I do recognize that it was just because it was the only one I had for so long. But the better figure is definitely going to be the movie Doctor Strange. I think it looks really great. The head sculpt is decent. I don't think the head sculpt's perfect or anything, but the head sculpt's pretty nice. The cape is wonderful. There's excellent detail in the costume, and just the overall design of the costume is wonderful, and the articulation is very good. I'm also a huge fan of the expressive hands that he comes with, which just looks awesome. This figure gets me really excited for the movie, and I can't wait to see the character in the movie. This figure did not disappoint. Overall, I very much enjoyed this wave. One thing that I really liked about it was that it was not a Spider-Man or Captain America wave. I like the fact that they do unique waves every now and then, and I hope that they do continue to do them because it really opens up the variation of characters that they're basically able to do. So I was very happy with this wave. Doctor Strange is kind of a new character to me that I've been kind of getting into in preparation for this movie, of course, and I think that this wave just helps me do that, and I really enjoy getting that Dormammu Build-A-Figure. I would say that the Build-A-Figure is my favorite part of this wave. However, yeah, it obviously it's supposed to be the best part of a wave. So personally, he's my favorite. But the rest of the wave I think was quite solid. From a technical standpoint, all these figures are pretty good. If I didn't like them, it was just personal taste for me and just what I enjoyed, you know. But overall, solid wave. Had a lot of fun with it. I recommend most of these figures to you, and I would highly recommend the Build-A-Figure. So let me know what you guys think of my ranking. Let me know what you guys think of, or let me know what your ranking is personally. And thanks so much for watching.